Hello students. In industry, whenever you are going to purchase the raw material, we should know how many quantity you have to purchase. How many quantity is purely based on what? It's purely based on total required consumption. How much the consumption of raw material we need. According only purchase will come. Thereafter, you have to identify rate of the raw material, how frequently you have to purchase. If I'm going to buy, depending upon the quantity of purchase, how much the discount or how much they are going to charge. How much time I'm going to buy, accordingly I have to incur the other cost also, costs which are associated with that to purchase. So we have to calculate in which lot, which size of purchase order, overall cost of the company will get minimized. Because raw material represents not bill amount alone, other cost also involved in that. Our object is to minimization of total cost. That particular concept is called economic ordering quantity. Size of the order for which both ordering cost and the carrying cost are minimum is called economic ordering quantity. So for that purpose, what is EOQ? What are the formula for the same? And a detailed explanation about the economic ordering quantities are going to explain by our Shiram ji. Welcome, Shiram.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Sir, today I'm here to explain about EOQ. Let's say any manufacturer, their main goal is to be reduction of cost, which indirectly translates to increasing in profits. Because half the work in reducing cost is achieving your deadline. So what happens is whenever any manufacturer for that matter has to get raw materials, they have to incur two things. One, the price that they pay for the raw material, and the other will be the associated costs that that relate to it. So the price that you pay for the raw material is pretty straightforward. Let's say the vendor prices any raw material at a particular unit or at a particular unit or kilo or whatever the unit may be. They will get the manufacturer will obtain the raw material at that price. But what comes along with it is the associated cost. So the associated costs are bifurcated into two more. One would be the ordering cost. The other would be carrying cost. The ordering cost is the cost that you incur per order. That is to say, if you're making 10 orders a year, so what is the cost per order? And then we come to carrying cost. Carrying cost is the cost that you incur to carry one unit for an entire year. In other words, it's the carrying cost per unit per annum. So these together form part of associate cost. So here, the purchase price of raw material is as good as irrelevant to us because that is not in our control and that is priced by the vendor. So what can be done is we can. EOQ was devised to bring the associated cost in such a way that they are minimum and optimized. So that is where EOQ comes in hand. So EOQ is the order size in which the ordering cost and buying cost are at a minimum. So it is a level at which it is a level of quantity that you order in which both the costs are at a minimum. Why is this important? Because sometimes when you have to purchase in bulk, you will incur your number of orders will be less because you purchase in bulk quantities. But because you are buying in bulk quantities, you incur costs such as warehousing, storing. There is a chance of spoilage, wastage, and there is also the opportunity cost of you buying so much. You can invest that money elsewhere. So all of these, what I mean to say is the carrying cost will be high when you buy in bulk. At the same time, if you segregate your orders and you buy in multiple orders, your carrying cost will come down, but at the same time, your ordering cost will go up. So this forms a reciprocal relationship where one is high or the other is high. So what EOQ does is it brings both down to a level where they're minimum. So this is where EOQ comes in play. And this is important for decision making because associate costs are known as relevant costs because they pertain to making decisions. So what EOQ does is it brings both of them to an equal and minimum level. So the formula for EOQ will be root of 2AB by C, where A is the annual demand in quantity for an RM or for an RM, B is the buying cost per order, and C is the carrying cost per unit per annum. So this is a mathematical formula devised by Wilson. This enables the quantity in which you can incur a minimum of ordering cost and carrying cost. So next we're looking into the relationship between ordering cost and buying cost. So what happens is, if you plot it in a graph, the associated cost and the entire associated cost, the more you buy in quantity, like just like how I said earlier, the more quantity you buy, the more carrying cost you will incur. But at the same time, if you spread your order out into multiple qualities, your buying cost will increase. So this forms a reciprocal relationship where a convergence point becomes the EOQ. So if you plot this out in a tabular form, you will realize that the associate cost up until the stage of EOQ goes on a decline. And then at EOQ, it saturates. That is, the borrowing cost is equal to carrying cost. And beyond EOQ, the associate cost starts to increase once again. So this is a very good, and this is a very mathematically, it's a very good equation where you can find out the optimal level in which you can order, so you can reduce costs. That's it, sir.
Good one. Good one. So economic ordering quantity. It's a direct theory question for intermediate. Short notes on EOQ, very frequently asked a question. And practical questions also. Problematic questions. There, what are all the commonly committed mistakes? Separately, I have given the list also, right? Where and all you will commit the mistake. Rightly has pointed out. A represent annual requirement, that too requirement of raw material, that too in raw material in quantity, that is important. B or O represent buying cost or ordering cost per order is important. C represent carrying cost per unit per annum is important. So where and all you commit the mistake also, you should be very careful. And in EOQ, purchase price is immaterial. It's the assumptions under the formula, Wilson's formula itself. Purchase price per raw material remain constant. That is what one of the assumptions. Various assumptions are there in EOQ. Annual requirement of raw materials are known in advance and the constant. Buying cost per unit remain constant. Buying cost per order, okay, ordering cost per order remain constant. Carrying cost per unit per annum remain constant. Uniform availability of raw material throughout the year. Uniform production schedule throughout the year. Then what? Purchase price of raw material remain constant. There is no discount. Various assumptions are there. So based on that only has created the formula. Suppose purchase price varies means discounts are available means, then we have to solve the problem by way of tabular method. Therefore, with respect to economic ordering quantity, how many quantity you have to purchase for that purpose? Either formula-based method you have to apply or tabular method you have to apply in exam. Just because they ask me, the common word is called EOQ. Find EOQ alone will be there in the question. But you should identify whether formula-based method or tabular method. Comparison is there, option is there, discounts are there, mean you have to go by way of tabular. Clear? Number of order size, ordering cost, carrying cost, total is equal to associated cost, add a purchase price equal to total cost. Where is the total cost? That's the minimum cost. That is called a tabular method. Clear? Else, EOQ formula based method. Okay? Very good, Anand. Keep it. Very good, Shiram. Nice explanation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.